You know you're
And
old when like you see the kid in hoodies and you're like, God damn, you trying to kill yourself? That's when you know you're old. How dare they risk these? I tell my nieces love wearing fucking hoodies, and like they wear them 24/7, and I'm like, what the hell's wrong with y'all? And they'll be like, what? And I was like, that you're gonna catch a fucking heat stroke. Thank God y'all are nerds and y'all stay inside. Wouldn't know what the fuck to do.
I mean, my blackout blinds have not been open for like almost 3 weeks at this point, just to keep the sun and the heat out.
Carlito, you might be legally a mole rat.
I might be. Like, it's gotten pretty bad. Like, I'm so happy to have my sleep schedule back, but I'd be lying if I said the first time I noticed I got my sleep schedule back was because I woke up and it was dark and it said 5 o'clock. So I was like, oh, I guess I didn't sleep very much. I woke up at 5:30 in the morning. Whatever. I look at my phone again. It was like, yeah, I guess the sun's coming up a little bit. Look at my phone again. It's like, that's 5:30 p.m., not a.m. And I slept over 14 hours that day. Hello and welcome everyone to Weeaboo TrashTalk, your number one unranked weekly anime podcast. Every Wednesday at 9:30ish p.m. Central Time, we come to you live for our trash takes on anime news, those topics, and what we've been watching right here at twitch.tv/CeloSP. Please remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you have Prime Gaming and one free monthly Twitch sub for any channel. It'll be the channel for you, but if not, I'll be honest, we had like an almost hour-long pre-show. I'm not sure if we even gave you a bid or not, so I understand this week. At the same time, though, as a reminder, you already paid for the sub. So literally, let's make some use of that. Let's just not give Bezos money, and let him go back into space. I'm still so mad. I'm still so mad about that. Space is supposed to be sacred.
You're not wrong.
Anyway, I'm your host, P. You can call me P. As always, I'm joined by two co-hosts. Chefe himself, Mingo back with Chefe on Facebook.
What up, babies?
Alongside the world's number one Mio enthusiast, Gallant of Gallant Zeros on Twitter and Twitch.
If you pay, you might get some enthusiasm out of me.
I've seen it done before. This is episode 4 on Wednesday, January... Oh, Lord Almighty.
Mm-hmm.
You go on.
One more time?
July 21st, 2021.
You almost made me really sad. I wish it was January right now.
No, like, I was looking, I was like, oh, because I was saying it, and I was reading numbers like, oh, 7/21/21. Isn't that nice? Problem is, I was thinking at the same time I was saying the month, and that somehow turned into January, because I don't have a good reasoning for it. I can't be amused while I'm reading, or I make mistakes more so than I already do. Hi, folks, how you doing? Nice, fun show this week. We don't have any labor issues to cover or retread this week. Isn't that awesome? There's still real issues and haven't gone anywhere. We just don't have new articles about them this week. So, yay! That's for me in the video game podcast tomorrow. Oh, dear fucking god. So yeah, as always, we'll start off this week, as we always do, with what we've been watching. Mingo, I believe you wanted to go first.
Yes, I do. So a lot of hype's been going around for Odd Taxi. So my brother wanted to verify it because he is very anti-hype. So he checked it out, loved it, decided to show me it, and geez, I already want to rewatch it. That's how good it is.
Is this a
You
done thing?
Yeah, so let's just say things get set up.
Okay.
So the season's done, yes. There ain't no half splitsies.
Okay.
But I don't think it's anywhere near gonna be done soon.
Oh, that's fun.
I'm just so happy to hear that, because I want to watch this. That's the moment I first saw this on the dock. I was like, this is gonna be my shit. I love it. And then Crunchyroll got it, so I was like, well, I'm not watching that for like half a year. Oh well. Go on.
Well, let me tell you like this: the art, very good. Very almost simplistic in a way, but their CGI looked way better than the Spider anime one. So plus,
I mean,
and you see that.
this is almost like Kyoto or Kyoko.
The um, so there's a lot of twists and turns, and I'm honestly not gonna spill anything about it because it's something that you should watch going in blind.
I mean, it's a noir themed series, absolutely.
Yes, and honestly, you get it in spades. I love noir, the whole mystery feel of that. They did it very well. I honestly think that like this is one of the better ones that's come out in recent years, and you could tell that they didn't take themselves so seriously, that they still had fun with it. Uh, oh man, and one of the best OPs of the season,
Really,
Really?
hands down, hands down.
you see, I've heard nothing about the OP and all
It
of the
it
small like rumblings I've had.
so the OP itself fits the show to a T. And to add on to that, the sound just is so pleasing. It was so good that I've been jamming it out off of YouTube Red for the past like for the last week since we finished it. You please give it a watch. Don't The hype is real for it. Honestly, I don't think it could have gotten any better. The way they did it, the formula they used worked out perfectly.
Cool,
And
cool, cool.
just
I want
that
it.
that you need it. Not just a want, you need it.
I do.
It's literally something that like you shouldn't put off any longer just for the fact that like it's that damn good.
Did you ever watch Mingo Brand New Animal?
No, I never had a chance to check it out.
Oh, okay, you might want to consider that. You might want to consider that. It's on
Oh shit,
Netflix.
I'll check it out. Just yeah,
Just to stay
freaking
with the animals a little bit longer.
you know, freaking that's the best part about it is that wow God, you just gotta watch it, Carlito. I need you to watch it so that I can talk to you more about it.
I know. I want to. Don't tag me. Tag Crunchyroll. Ask them where that dub is, cause
Uh
I'm out here waiting. I'm out here waiting.
you know, and honestly, the sub, I loved it. They got all the right like voice actors for the right characters.
Mm-hmm.
It like literally the show was just put together very well.
Yeah.
And it's honestly just a really good ride. And like with most mystery and noirs, you're always trying to like pick out stuff or try to figure out stuff. And it does that. Like it does it in spades. Oh, so good. So good for the soul.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Like honestly, it's just one of those that like you need. Like I know you're a big dub guy, but like take the
Hey,
L, bro.
I'll I'll see what I can do. Like I said, my watching everything in dub is not because of I don't like reading or I don't like subs. It's a matter of can I devote the
Of
time to it? Like yeah, like it because normally it's a lot of me here at the workstation, like editing, compiling things, or studying something. And if I can't, if I can't step away for something like watch it on the TV next to me, I have to have a second screen. So I'm just not a position where I can read subs anymore. Like it sucks, but that's the big thing holding me back on there.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you might want to like take that little bit of time because it's that pleasurable.
I know, I know. Like I really been waiting for this one, so I'll see what can happen. I don't think it's gonna happen that way, but it definitely if I had the time, like I definitely would make the next time for it.
Yeah, because oh man, and I'm telling you that I wish we could. I wish we didn't really have the worries of copyrights.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I would like for you to take a minute to check out the sound of the OP.
I mean, considering all the
It's
other
like
of the songs I have on rotation on like random playlists on YouTube, I'm sure that will pop up eventually. I'm just surprised. Like I'm excited about that because like you're the only one I've heard say anything about the OP. Everyone's just been so kind of focused on the actual series itself. If I do hear anything about it, but no one's talking about anything else.
well, like for me, you it's like eating a meal. You just don't eat bits and pieces of it. You eat it as a whole. So like I'm not just gonna watch an anime and not like because a lot of times an OP can really throw you off from an anime.
Hmm. Or
You
really like
know,
make it for you.
And it's like an anime could be good, but if the OP isn't really there to an extent, you find yourself really not like trying to stay committed. But then like you get a real fire OP, and then it stays the same throughout the series. It doesn't change, and you just enjoy. That just makes it all the more enjoyable.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I love a good OP.
I mean, who doesn't? Who doesn't want to add another song to their playlist?
Yeah, for real.
That's like a big thing. Right? Why wouldn't you want to enjoy more songs for you? And then I've also started take I've broken my rule. I'm actually watching
Oh,
Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid weekly. I don't know if I said this the last show, but yes, I am.
damn.
That it is everything I would want. They've stayed true to everything. Their animation, the story, the the laughs, everything has stayed this, and it not only stayed the same but got better. And I am willing to suffer watching it week to week. New episode tomorrow though.
Yeah, I almost started. I've just there's been so many things that have gotten in my way of watching so much stuff.
What was it? My older brother Frankie, he was like, "Oh, I wanted to wait till the fourth episode so I could get a good binge in." And I was like, "Why not just watch it? Just start it. Fuck it.
Yeah,
You're gonna be in the same boat anyways." And he's all, "Well, I started rewatching Full Metal Alchemist." I was like, "You've seen it 1,000 times. Go watch something new."
that's fair.
And that's honestly the only argument you really need to make when it comes to something like that. Like, "Oh, I'm just rewatching it for now." I was like, "Why? It's not going anywhere. If you're able to rewatch it, it's gone. It's there still.
Hmm.
But get that fresh slice of pie."
I'm
You know
sorry.
what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
Like,
sometimes you just need comfort food.
yeah, you ever, Carlito, have you ever had a freshly baked slice of pie?
No, I heard. I didn't. Well, actually, I didn't really hear any words that you were saying. I just know you said something pie. That's what threw me off. That was not a lack of analogy being fitting. It was a fact of I didn't hear it correctly.
Oh yeah, like fucking a fresh slice of pie.
But I've never had a fresh slice of pie. Just for clear, that's not because of not understanding the point, but because my father has a massive sweet tooth and is also very, very, very greedy with sweet stuff. So anytime that happens, it's like, oh, let's have some, and then immediately hides the thing. Well, I just don't want it getting wasted. There's barely anybody in this house. It's not about him wanting to get wasted. It's about him being spoiled and wanting it for himself.
Friggin' so yeah, like you can
We've
really
all been
compare
there.
the friggin' fresh slice of pie, bro. Like, and not gonna be fresh again. It'll always be good, but it won't always be fresh. So like, I want to enjoy fresh slice of Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Why? Because it's that fucking good.
I'm gonna go buy some pie.
Go sell
You
some
want me
pie.
to? You want me to bake you a pie, Carlito? It's out of season for
Oh,
me, but I can bake you a pie.
no, no, keep it in season. Keep it in season. Today I had apparently a new shake at Whataburger. The peach peach something shake,
Brought the
and
peach shake back.
yeah, they brought that one back for limited time. I missed the Dr Pepper shake. I missed that dearly. That was a good shake. But I had that. I had a Monster Energy drink. I had plenty of water, and I bought another case of Mountain Dew. You can see the back with the blue one, the Frost. So it's been a day of sweets. I've had my sweet fill for quite some time now. Um,
Like, you know what sweets I've really been wanting?
hmm.
And it's like it's a very specific random sweet, but I've been wanting a good donut lately.
There's no beating a good donut.
Right?
I just
Like, and
I want a good donut. Period. I don't know that I've ever really had a good donut.
I'm
well, you know
sorry.
what? Like honestly, you know, Krispy Kreme is a good donut, but it's not like a good donut. You know what I mean? Like I know it's a manufactured donut.
Yeah, like Krispy Kreme is
You
like
know,
I'll eat that. That's like I guess my most enjoyable donut so far. But it's like it's so manufactured. It's also just covered in sweet stuff. So I don't really know if it's a good donut. As much as there's like, oh, this is disgusting, but it's kind of disgusting. I'm wanting right now. So I don't know, because I feel like I would really taste something different if I ever had the opportunity to have what is known as a good
You need it. You
donut.
need a fresh cake donut, Carlos. That's what you need. Fresh out of the bacon cake donut.
so you know where you need to go?
No,
and
obviously
it's
not.
no there's no specific like I can't give you like a specific name, but there are these small mom and pop donut shops. Like for instance, on Petrenko going towards 1604, there's a donut shop right next to Babe's Hamburgers called Super Donut.
Wait, don't we have a super
Those
donut right behind where I live, Carlos? I
Uh,
think we have a super donut there.
those
I
are some
I
damn
think
good fucking
I
donuts
think it
because they
goes
make
under
them
that
fresh.
name.
They're made fresh in house and they're run by I'm not sure what region of Asian they are, but yo, they know what they're doing with the fucking fryer.
Well, so I then yes, we do have one right behind Gallon's house, but I never gotten donuts there because I've never wanted one because they're only open until like 2 p.m.
That's how
That's how
you
you
So
know
know
they're good.
they're
That's how you know they're good.
I
The best places, Carlito, don't stay open all the time.
no, I understand it. But that's the thing though. When I go there, they have kolaches and they're so fucking good. They have the jalapeno kolaches that I love. So I always end up getting that. And like it's already a struggle to make sure that I understand I can only get two at most. I don't need three or four like I used to. Not even when I was younger, just when I was just hating my like how not even hating myself more. When I was just thinking I could get away with it and I can't. So I already have to hold myself back. So it's either I get to settle with the two kolaches and let that be what it is, or I get the donuts, in which case I'm not getting the kolache. And then that entire day, I'm gonna be thinking, yeah, but I didn't get the kolache because it's just it's a lot. It's so much. I understand, I believe it, but it's just so much, and I'm so conflicted, and it just hurts my soul to think about it.
See, you're doing yourself a real disservice there by not getting a donut.
I don't I don't know. I don't like sweets in the morning.
Huh.
I don't like to eat when I get after I get up at all. I've been
I
having to do early lunches recently, and I've been getting up at 1, and my lunch is at like 4:30, and it's like, well, I have to eat something, otherwise I'm gonna be a bitch and a half at work, and it's just okay. Just throw something in my face and go.
Do you drink your water? But when you wake up,
Yeah, I'll make sure and drink my water and everything. It's just like solid, like I don't want to say solid food, but like unless I am like in the mood for breakfast, like I love breakfast foods, but if I have to eat something quick for breakfast, it's like there's like not
that's just,
much
that's that's not the right way
like
to start a day.
satisfies me. No, there's not many things that satisfy me. Like if I can sit down and make some eggs and bacon, like the whole process of making it gets me like into being ready to eat. But like I think even like I mean, short of someone showing up like right when I wake up with like my favorite breakfast food ever, like for me to eat just in bed, I don't know
waffles,
how I would. I love waffles. I
a
waffles
good
over
Belgian
pancakes
waffle with
personally.
with extra butter and that fucking syrup.
I could definitely eat a waffle right out of bed. I would. I love me an omelet though.
See, like here's my issue. See, right now with work, I work breakfast,
Hmm.
and my lunch is during breakfast.
Oh.
And I love breakfast. Don't get me wrong. When as a cook, and, as a chef for fucking over 10 years, you don't get to see breakfast too often.
Hmm.
Especially in casual dining because you're good. Your good cooks are night cooks,
Hmm.
and I'm just like I never saw breakfast for a while. But when I started working at Sodexo for the first time, I saw breakfast every day for a whole year, and I got tired of it.
Hmm.
And like now, like I'm tired of it. Like, and especially now since we're on a limited menu, I'm over here like I make my own shit. I make my like today I made an omelet, and like one of my other coworkers was like, "Oh, how did you get an omelet?" I was like, "I made it." And
Bitch.
like my
What you fucking think I made
my
it
other
omelet?
coworker Willie, he's all, "Mm-hmm. That's how we do it. That's the benefits of being a chef." She goes, "Ah, the benefits of being a chef." He's like, "Look, that's why we get the good shit." And I'm laughing because he's there just dancing, making his own food too.
He's also there making something that ain't on the goddamn menu.
And so she comes back to me. She's like, "Well, can you make me egg whites and spinach?" I was like, "Yeah," and I made it into an omelet for her.
Hmm.
And then she comes back to me later. She goes, "Oh, it was so good. Thank you. I can't believe you made it into an omelet." I was like, "Yeah, it must be because I'm a chef."
That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, people, oh god, people just really bust my balls on that. Like, being in the food service industry, you find out how fucking stupid people can be and how like fucking ignorant they can be at times.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm preaching to the goddamn choir for y'all being in customer service.
Yeah, sure, but I get what you mean though.
What was? I'll tell y'all a little fun story. We haven't had a chef a story, or I don't know if I think I told y'all about this, but anywho, for any of the new listeners out there, when I was working Saturdays at Sodexo, um, you do breakfast and then you do lunch, and at lunch we did we had a chicken, grilled chicken sandwich. This lady comes up to me and she goes, "Can you make my chicken breast medium rare?"
No.
Now, not only is this a personal standard, but it's a corporate standard. The company says cook everything to 165. I can't cook burgers any lower. I can't cook nothing lower than that. So I tell her, man, this is a company standard I have to. She goes, "Oh, okay, but raw chicken has more vitamin C than an orange. Did you know that?"
It has 100% more what do you call it, salmonella than
The- Now, I
an orange
keep in
too.
mind, and Carlito's there having an aneurysm. It's okay, Carlito, breathe.
No, go on.
So, I make her chicken. I cook it all the way thoroughly. And when she told me that, you have to refrain. I can't. This is a corporate setting. I'm not back in the kitchen at a Cheddar's, where I can just curse someone out and go on with my day with a smile at that. So I'm finding the urge to tell this bitch. You know, Not only at that time I was still, I'm still a veteran chef. I've been cooking for a long while, 10 years at that point. Actually, no, yeah, about 10 years. Not only that, but I studied nutrition for at least, 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
How are you gonna tell not only a chef, but someone who has to study nutrition for this job, to ensure that I can tell you all the jargon you want to know, so you don't feel bad that you're eating a grilled chicken sandwich with cheese and bacon and adding fries, and as long as you put lettuce and tomato, you're not as fat as you should be. There's no vitamin C in chicken.
Yeah, that's kind of hysterical.
You know, and for shits and giggles, I called my brother, who is a biologist, to ask him, "Hey, is there vitamin C in chicken?" And he fucking lost his mind.
I'm fucking sure.
You can't, you can't make this shit up. Never in all my years have I had someone come and ask me to make them a medium rare chicken. Never. And I'll never do it.
You shouldn't.
I'll never humor that thought. Because yes, kids, salmonella can kill you. That, and if anything, if there's one thing I'll argue for people trying to make $15 an hour, is you should make that much money because of the risk factor. If you don't cook chicken right, you could possibly kill someone. That's worth $15 an hour, no matter what skill level you are. Carly, are you okay?
Don't argue with the fucking poultry, god damn it. Just fucking cook it all the way through and eat it. God fucking learn the season before you tell me about fucking temperatures, alright? God damn it. Like,
Yeah,
just
that's another thing that tripped me out is where was she getting the vitamin C from? Like, was she just throwing a whole lemon on there, or?
back to anime.
Well, anywho, that's all I've been watching lately, babies. Please go check out Odd Taxi, and honestly, go watch Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. Start from season 1 and work your way there because I showed my brother it again. He loved it, absolutely loved everything about it. And how could you not? It's everything you would want in life.
Gallant, I believe you wanted to go next.
Yeah. Did I? Want is
Yes.
a strong word. No, I'm just hella depressed that I didn't make time to watch anime on this week. That all we were gonna do was talk what we watched. I mean, I did. I watched maybe up to episode 5 or 6 of the current season of Beastars, and man, this is the show I was promised by all the Netflix trailers. It's wild. All the original trailers were like murder mystery, and then it was like no, it was horny teen animals in high school.
I mean, isn't that anime in general?
No, yeah, exactly. But like this season, like from the jump is about like returning to the murder mystery to the point where to get back on track, they had to introduce a character to get Lugosi's ass on fucking solving the damn mystery again.
Legoshi.
Oh, yeah, well, there's some this is the thing. I watched the series I watched the series subbed and dubbed before, and like there are some real inconsistencies with things because I'm almost certain in the first season of the anime, um, the rabbit's name is Haru.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the current subtrack for season 2 has her listed as Hal.
Hey, like the
Yeah.
moving castle.
Like,
I believe I've seen that.
yeah, and I'm so I think I originally watched this. I think when I originally watched it, I watched a fan translation, and I mean the his name is a direct reference to Bela Lugosi, so I mean that's just where I always go with this. But of course, localization being what it is, I don't know. Anyway, so yes, Legoshi, whatever.
So
Also, Lewis being Ruis is a whole hell of a thing. Do they still call him Lewis in English, Carlos?
No, they call him Louis.
Okay. Well, also in the subtrack, he's listed as Ruis or Rui.
No. In Netflix, they also they have their subtitles as Rue. For whatever reason, they have the R in there. No one says this R. No one pronounces the R. They clearly are saying L. I know this. It's a very prominent character.
Yeah,
Like,
I know. So yes, this is why. Yeah.
yeah.
yo,
So
that's very
I'm just
sus.
going. I am just going with the names that I know because like that subtrack is vastly fucked up, and I just don't know why half the people aren't talking to the others on it. It infuriates me. Anyway, yeah, like the whole, at least for where I'm at right now, which is like maybe in the middle of it, um, it's kind of just been like wholly about the mystery and Legoshi's transformation that he needs to make to, you know, end up making any headway in the case or whatever. So it's finally turned into the noir mystery that I was promised at the jump. And then I think they also announced that they're doing a season 3. So that's nice.
Yeah. And I'll jump in here as well. First off, Mingo, you okay over there?
Yeah. I accidentally hit a button. But
Okay.
hey, quick question. So is this pretty much anime Scooby Doo?
No.
No.
When I'm depressed.
No,
No.
because there's no team of solving the mystery. It is basically just one person.
So what you're telling me is we'll get scrappy.
Oh no. All right. It's been a pleasure on this podcast with y'all, but
Nope. It's an easy wake. No one gets to leave. We
I had a no Scrappy Doo clause in my contract.
I I can't argue that. I'll get taken to the better bureau if I make anyone stay for Scrappy Doo. What is that echo?
It's Mingo's side. I don't know why his speakers are picking us up.
Interesting.
I'm echoing.
Oh,
Well, no, you're
for
not
some reason
echoing.
you're like Mike is picking us up all of a sudden after you rejoined.
That's weird.
Yeah, I
You
don't
still
know.
doing it?
Kind of?
Not
Maybe
anymore.
not?
It seems it stopped. Whatever. That's fine.
It's the
But
curse of Scrappy Doo.
oh, stop saying it. Stop saying the name. You're gonna invoke something. Um, so I did
Don't
watch
look.
Beastars as well, and I finished it today. Actually, have watched the rest of the season. Um, I will say that for me, I kind of come down after watching the whole season a bit negatively on it for the sake of like what Gallant is saying for the noir mystery coming back. That is true. Like that is how the season starts off and gets there. And not to give anything spoilery about there, but like I just feel like by the end of the season, it doesn't really hold on to that mystery on there. it becomes more about, and this is such a weird thing with Beastars. Like Beastars, just I feel that it's an identity crisis of it doesn't know what it wants to be. Because the first season, which is basically the first arc of the series, was like, oh hey, there's a murder mystery here, and they dropped that for the sake of these animals are really, really horny, and that's just the entirety of the first season. They're just so horny. Um,
I think part of that like is, and I got this feeling after I started watching this, was there is a story here that they want to tell, but they also had way too many characters to introduce, so they had to take the time
mm-hmm.
and get them all set up and their motivations and stuff. Also, I super love that I had this confirmed way before season 2 started by a friend that's reading the manga. But I completely guessed what happened to Lewis. I guessed that. I was like, wait, we didn't see him by the end. Is he just? And then my friend looked me dead in the face and went, "Yep." So I was extremely happy to see that happen. And that is maybe my favorite part of the show. Every time it comes up and he's on screen, it's
You
just,
mean
it's
his new role?
yeah, his new job.
Okay, okay,
Uh-huh.
okay.
Yeah, because like if you watch the second season of Beastars, or the first season, the last shot we get of him is the first part of the flashback you get of him in season 2, and then you never see him again. Like the rest of those episodes just play out and you never hear about him.
Mm-hmm.
And I totally was like, I'm gonna bet that he's gonna do the thing, and I was so right. I was so happy. It's so ridiculous.
Like I will give them this. They the characters are very interesting, but they're interesting characters in a very, in my opinion at least, weak narrative. That because it doesn't commit ever to a narrative. But then by the end of the season, everything we've known about in terms of narratives gets finished and tied off. But I'm just left kind of unfulfilled for the sake of like, okay, but like we never really had an identity here. We kind of just jumped around, and maybe it's because of the very I feel curveball that the first season was of like just dropping the mystery for the sake of the society in their very horny stories. And in this season, like yeah, like you're saying, it starts off with like very much it revolves. It's very much about the murders this season. Once again, without getting too much in sports because I know it just came out last week, so I want to give it a little bit more time to bake. But it becomes very much about that. But then it goes back into what I perceive it as talking more and more about the society, but in a much weaker term than they did in the first season. It seems so weird they had better social commentary when they were doing it the first season that just consisted of these people are horny, these animals are horny, compared to they're dealing with an actual interesting narrative of murder mystery and their society, but it's just not as strong because they're kind of not as horny. So, like, the horniness made them weaker. The lack of horniness made them weaker.
I can see that. From what I know of where the story ends up going, the series focuses ends up focusing a lot more on like societal stuff. From
Yeah.
what I know, that's not specific or
It,
whatever. So I kind of think that like a lot of this is set up for to do more of the world building and exploration that
yeah.
I'm gonna guess that the author wanted to do. Also, I'm pretty sure this is like the mangaka's first like serialized series. So
That makes sense.
I can kind of forgive it for doing a bunch of different things.
Absolutely. Like, it's just such a thing of, like, how do I put this? I can see it as someone's first work. Absolutely.
Hmm.
It kind of screams that at a certain point. And I don't know, like, I just, by the end of the second season, it was like, this is cool. Like, I like this world. I oddly enough like the characters, but it's just, for me, a little bit of a mess. And I wish we could pick a lane already. Like,
I feel you on that.
Like I just want us to pick a lane. That's it. Like I know that seems odd, but it's like it's so dead set on being a noir story, but it's a noir story that can't choose its narrative. And noir is a very tricky theme to work with. Um, I guess maybe no framework would be the better word for it. It's a very tricky thing. Like people don't get it right that often. So when they're already like jumping between like three different subplots while still trying to maintain that that framework for each one of them, it's a bit of hit and miss for me, and that's kind of where I just came down in the second season. Like, I like the world, I want more of it. I was under the impression I thought the second season was basically where the manga ended, but apparently there's going to be a third season. We'll cover that later, and I'm assuming that's more manga story. It's not original anime. It's more of the manga, which is cool. Like, I'm down with it. They do end
apparently,
this.
I think the manga is like 4 like distinct arcs.
Okay, I'm gonna say because this season does end in a very big place of like, okay, they can't go back to this thing anymore. Like, basically, all this, and from what I remember and what I understand, all the subplots at least get settled by the end of this season. So whatever happens next, I feel like will hopefully be the the moment of like, okay, this is what's going to be the actual end arc of this. This is going to be what the actual story is trying to get across. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I want to keep rooting for this show. I really do. But yeah, that was Beastars season 2 for me. And then from there, I went ahead and just a shorter one on there. I watched the OVA for Cells at Work season 1. Nothing too much to say. It was one episode, 30 minutes, and back to season 1. So not season 2, not Cells at Work, Code Black, none of that. It was just another one, random episode that's centered around not only the main characters, but a white cell, no, a normal cell, something like that nature, that does like cloning on there and virus and stuff. It was fun. It was simple. It was fun. You got to see the other characters. Like, you got to see people who watch the main characters do what they do, and it was enjoyable. It made me want to watch the other seasons already, which I might do this week. We'll see what happens, because that was my biggest thing, like just waiting, because I didn't want to watch any of this series in weeklies, because it's just so much to take in with Cells at Work. Cells at Work is so much for the sake of it's very educational.
It is, and actually, my brother, who is studied to be in the medical field, says they are very accurate medically.
Mm-hmm.
All
Like,
the medical jargon on there is very accurate. He says the accuracy is so well it could be compared to Scrubs accurate.
That's funny.
That's fair. That's fair. How about that? One of my favorite TV series of all time, like live action Western series, is in fact Scrubs. So I'm about it, and I'll take any excuse to watch more Platelets. They are precious and amazing, and just platelets forever.
They are babies.
Like even watching the trailer right now, like this, I just want to go back and watch more stories for Platelets. But yeah, so that was Cells at Work, the OVA for season 1. Very enjoyable. Hoping maybe to go back and watch season 2 and Code Black this weekend. We'll see what that turns into. Next up, I did go ahead and watch the first episode of the Saints Magic Power is Omnipotent. This was the first episode for it streaming on Funimation. Basically, basic isekai setting of like, oh, they go ahead, this person gets summoned to a fantasy realm, but there's 2 people, and seemingly they were summoned by this group of magic users who want to save their kingdom, but they're under the rule of a snobbish prince who, of the 2 people that are brought over, chooses the prettier one to assume is the saint, who may not actually have any powers, and the one that he basically did away with or put to the side is the actual saint instead. And she's off being a herbalist, making awesome potions and stuff like that. So it was fun. It was cool. Like, I'm excited to see what happens. It's an interesting enough process of like, it's not a battle anime as much as it's like a medical field type thing. And I don't know. I'm just on a medical kick right now. I'd like to see healing magic. So I don't know. Like, I don't. It's very high quality in terms of its artwork and animation and stuff of that nature, but it definitely feels like it's going to be something of a very calming and somber comfort week to week show, rather than anything truly epic. So I'll see what that turns into and how much I enjoy it at the end of it all. And then next up, I went ahead and caught. So I went ahead and I watched the limited release on Funimation. Oh, hold on. Streamlabs froze again. It's been doing it a lot recently. Okay. There we go. Okay, we're back up and running now. So I went ahead and watched the limited release on Funimation streaming, The Stranger by the Shore. This is actually kind of in keeping with the resolution I had for early in the year. This is a BL, not series, but just not even almost not a movie, but kind of as an OVA. Almost it feels like it's for whatever reason there was a account. The website, the streaming app, everything is saying that the movie is like almost 2 hours. It's not even an hour with credits. Like it tops out, the full video tops out at 59 minutes. So for whatever reason, I don't know why that's the case on everything Funimation, but yeah, it's only 59 minutes, and it's essentially a story of two young men who meet at one point just before their final year, or 2 years from the final year in high school, on an island one of them is working at, and things happen. One of them is just dealing with their mother having passed away and needs to move away off the island for a little bit to finish up school. And then cuts to 2 years later, that person comes back and they attempt to be together. And it's a cool little love story, in all honesty. I will say, like, kind of what made it hard for me to get through was, and I understand it's very much a story of they're both trying to very much find their identity and come to terms with, who they are and what their first real, like, gay relationship would be with each other, like actual with another man. And that's cool. But like I do not apologize. I fully admit I do not apologize for the fact that I am that bitch that if you treat your partner poorly for any reason, I hate you. I hate you dearly. I understand it's more complex emotions, but I just really hate your goddamn guts. And one of them is very much a, like, trying to treat it as like the other person is, or trying to convince them that they're better off without them. And in doing so, not a woe is me type situation, but trying to treat them poorly to get them to go away rather than be with them. And like that's this kind of thing is hard for me because I just don't excuse that ever for any type of situation. So I would still leave that up to people who identify much stronger with that in terms of how they really view that. I just know for myself, I don't make excuses for that. Like, if you're gonna be doing something, okay, but it's still your responsibility to not treat people like shit, and I hate that. But 1 second. What I will say about it is a very touching story. It's very cool to see how well I may not be rooting for the person who, for the first half of the movie, is treating the partner rather poorly due to their own traumas, things that they dealt with at a younger age. That basically, but I think it's implied that they left school because of this. The other character who did leave the island and came back is, you even see them at one point speaking to someone who is possibly either a cabaret singer or like maybe prostitute, something of that nature. I'm not entirely sure if they are implying that this was drag or something of that nature, but it was a very sweet moment that I really appreciate them putting out there, of like this person who clearly identifies in some fashion of, sorry, 1 second, some fashion of LGBTQ plus, saying like, this is my first time with another man, and I'm not sure what I'm doing right. I don't know, maybe I could like ask you a few questions. And this person who is basically shooing this kid off, saying, hey, you're too young for this, and immediately goes like, here's my number, call me anytime when you need to talk. And that's just such a very touching thing for me to like see that kind of they don't go into it. It's become like a mentor thing. The characters become a big thing, but just to see that kind of small touch of like, okay, this really is something like normal people, straight dude talking about this. Like that's not something that normally you see of other straight people because it's not a problem necessarily that we really deal with that much. But to actually see that like that small hit of anonymous community there, that was really fucking awesome. And I will give them points that when I went back to actually go ahead and finish it, they do go all the way. Like it's a very earnest, like even they go pretty in deep with like a first sexual experience there between the two, and I give them mad props to that because it was very kind of how would I put this? It was written very earnestly,
Mm-hmm.
and it was honestly really cool to see. Like so many would be, I think like the status quo, like especially in anime so often would be to treat that as a fetishized type situation. But this is like two characters that have gone through some deep trauma, finally coming together. This is kind of been this build up. It's like they're finally doing this because one really wanted it and the other one didn't for the sake of the trauma they've been through. So when it comes to thing, like it's like the most. It's odd to say it's the most earnest and believable part in the entire movie. That kind of like made me go from the resentment I have for the character of just treating someone like shit to like, okay, that's really cool. That's really enjoyable. I love it. I don't think we're ever going to see more about this again, but it made it very enjoyable. So it's only 59 minutes I'm sorry, it's only 59 minutes with the ending credits. So I definitely recommend it if you can before it leaves Funimation. Give it a shot. It's a nice little story.
That's good to hear. Do you know when it's leaving?
Not a clue. I don't know how to find that on Funimation. They need to make that more readily available. Like it's honestly kind of annoying to make the recommendations, but not know when it's going to be leaving.
Available until it's not. Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah. Like if they have it somewhere in press release, cool, awesome for them. There are better ways to put that out there, and they should be taking advantage of that by a lot. And then lastly, what I went ahead and did, just at random, I figured I started, and then it became my anime while grinding in Final Fantasy 14. I watched Record of Ragnarok.
Ooh.
And I gotta tell y'all, very much what Mingo said, and just to emphasize this, like people who were giving this anime shit, I'm sorry. If you did not get what this anime was within the first episode or two, you're a buffoon. Like it is so obvious this is not focused on animation. This is about like feelings and special moves and comedic like just timing, things of that nature, and it was so awesome. I enjoyed this first season so much. It was great, and honestly I was surprised at how much I really did feel the emotion in there, because like I don't know, like it was just so cool because it is, maybe I'm just a sap for the whole human spirit type thing, but this watching these human spirits go against these human legends going against these godly legends, and the actual like struggle for humans to overcome is just so cool. It's just so cool. Lubu is not at all a good character and not at all deserve a hero arc, but damn, that was still a cool story.
I got some confirmation on that. I've been waiting so long to actually like, because I didn't know much. I know a lot about Guan Yu, but I didn't know a lot about Lubu.
No, Lubu's fucking terrible. Lubu is a terrible human being, by all accounts.
And
Um,
um and Guan Yu, funny enough, he's not in the tournament because technically he is a god.
yeah, Guan Yu ascended to godhood,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why he was unable to participate, and why he became apparently a mech. Um,
I'm
uh,
sorry.
you'll
he
see.
he he's huge as fuck. Let's just keep it like that.
Okay.
He's a mech, and Liu Bei turned into a fairy, and Zhang Fei is just there getting drunk on Guan Yu's mecha shoulders. Um,
I love the moments in there just because it's just really funny on how they all interact and stuff.
it really is like fuck the action. This was hilarious, and at the same time pulled on their heartstrings. Gallant, you were gonna lose your shit at the samurai fight.
Oh, I'm excited.
Damn right. Honestly, I was expecting Gallon to lose his shit with the Adam and Zeus fight.
That
I'll,
too.
I'll
That I mean, it's just fuck.
yeah,
Like
we'll see.
like it's just fun. Like it's just fun and awesome and enjoyable. And I'm sorry, once again, just to reemphasize, anybody who was given this series shit about the animation, like, okay, the Lubu fight went on for like 4 or 5 episodes. If you couldn't tell what was happening after we spent 3 episodes on this, what's wrong with you? How does your brain work? It's very clear what type of show this was. Like, I don't know how y'all got to the Adam and Zeus fight and thought things were gonna change, but
And even at that, like, my argument will still stay this is like, if you can enjoy 90s DBZ and say actively that you're a fan of that shit, then you have no reason to complain on Record the Ragnarok.
yeah, like it honestly does feel like that. It feels like the old school days of like watching DBZ, but this is just like turned up to 11 in terms of its wacky, funny bullshit, but also like emotional investment. If you're
Oh
really
yeah,
into the whole human spirit, I mean, it's just like, oh god, like it's so awesome. It's just,
look, it's time for me to
it's.
trigger the DBZ fans once again, but honestly, this was way better written than DBZ.
I mean, that's not hard to do, but um,
It's not.
oh god, it was cool. That was just so fucking cool. Like, fuck the hate. That was hype and funny and enjoyable. And I honestly kind of wanted to stop playing 14 just to watch it. Just watching some of the moments here in the trailer, just like, God damn it. God damn it, that was fun. It's, I don't, I shouldn't have felt so invested as I did in that series, but I was. And it's awesome. I can't wait to see the rest of the series come out.
It's honestly gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to next season. The way they set it up and everything was just magical.
Mm-hmm.
They say when the next season was coming.
Not yet. I don't even think there's been an official announcement of season 2 just yet.
Ah,
Nah.
Sadly.
well, we'll see. Who's the animation studio?
Let me double check. Studio Rathanika?
Hmm.
Hold on. Yeah, Graphinica, I believe so. I can't really tell. Oh, okay. So let me see here. After Studio Gonzo decided to sell its digital video division, yeah, this is what kind of came out of that. Okay, they've done stuff like let me see here. Chain Chronicle, Light of Pegasus, Zodiac War, Restage, Love Alternative, Tokyo Mew Mew New. Let me see here. Oh, Helsing Ultimate, Helsing the Dawn. Like not the largest of catalogs or credits, I guess, but it was fun. Like I said, I mean, it's not exactly the greatest animation to begin with, but it was just cool. It was just cool and fun.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it.
I've said it
So
once and I'll say it again. You're not watching it for any other reason than just like than what it is. You get and you said it perfectly, Carlito. They make it clear in the first 3 episodes on what you're watching.
yeah,
You know, and then at that point you just enjoy the ride.
it is so much better. Like nah, like I, how big of a fucking weeb are you? How much are you this bitch
Mm-hmm.
about? You know, on it because like it's just a matter like if you're willing to just go for the ride of like I'm gonna just get hype, I'm gonna just get high on let this take me wherever it wants to take me, then you're gonna have a
Mm-hmm.
good fucking time. It's awesome. It's so
Oh,
much
that's
fun.
good.
And at the end of the day, that's what it is. You just have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Absolutely.
go and you enjoy all the fucking all the splendor that it has to give. And honestly, one of my favorite like designs of Zeus that I've seen in a while. Like they always depict him as an old man, but like he's always like a well in shaped old man.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like turned to 11.
Like Adam's like best line I don't want to even allude to it, and you don't do it either, Mingo. But like Adam had like had one of the best lines in here. Like it is such cheesy, like hype moments of like that one
That
liner that is so
it
fucking cheesy, but they work towards it so much. It's just like, yes, like.
that's why like I feel like that's what's really gonna get Gallant.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I'm a sucker for the anime bullshit.
Well, that's because I know particularly it's gonna like one of like because you've told me this story yourself. One of the combatants is a samurai of legend that you have spoken to me about before,
Nice.
like actually pertaining to a particular story, and just like, oh my god, like the anime, the samurai fight probably was my favorite for the sake
Mhm.
of like, oh, the human goddamn spirit, the human goddamn spirit. We are fucking awesome as a species. We're really not, but we in this moment are so fucking awesome.
But
Um,
Khalil, did you get what I mean though? Where it's like you don't find yourself like it makes it hard to figure out who you're rooting for.
Like, I mean, no, I was pretty much humans all the way. Like, none of the gods interested me in all honesty. Like, they
Uh,
haven't like got me in just yet. Like, the gods just have not made me feel like interesting so far. So far,
they got me interested. I was like, you know what? Maybe they're right.
Mingo a turncoat. I will always remember this.
Hell no, I never said I was for humans. Don't give a fuck.
You are
Yeah,
human.
so humans kill humans all the time. You think that's gonna mean anything?
That's true.
I mean, the next rep for the next fight isn't really a good symbol for
Yeah,
humanity either.
yeah,
But
exactly.
like it's kind of what Mingo said, and they I feel like they did a disservice of saying it out loud. I guess maybe that would have like ruined the kind of thing for it. But some of the names in that list were who was representing us. They're not good names. They're not very good names at all. like, uh, okay, whatever. But yeah, Records of Ragnarok.
No, you know what? I want to give one spoiler. There's one name on there, and it's gonna throw everybody fucking off, and I just want to do it because it's hilarious. And it's
Okay,
not because he's a bad.
just the
It's
name.
not because he's a bad human. It's just random as fuck.
Just the name. Just the name.
Nikola Tesla.
I'm not waiting for it. Like,
And with how exaggerated they go, I want to know what the fuck they do
like the
to
facial
get.
He's gonna be
expression.
in a mech suit, right?
The facial expressions are what sell. Like I half wanted to find somewhere where I could read it or something, but it's like, no, I need those like split second facial expressions. There were so many times that because like I said, I was watching this and I was grinding in Final Fantasy 14. I almost TKO'd us or
TPK.
TPK'd so many times for the sake of it was like just that sudden change in the facial animations. Like, god damn it, that is just like fucking spit taking. God damn it.
And look, and if you in it, this show, you could tell it doesn't take itself too seriously.
At all. This is next seriously
Obviously,
at all.
and obviously, right, with the premise of what the show is, it doesn't take itself too seriously. So the best part about it is that it's just a fun fucking ride,
Yeah.
and like that's what you need to watch it for. And Gallant, I can't wait till you watch it because I want to hear everything.
I'm gonna make sure and take extra time this week to watch it. I'm probably not gonna go in for at least half a day tomorrow at work, so I will start it.
Hell yes,
I will post reactions.
because you know what, this is gonna be one of those shows where you're like, you know what, it shouldn't be as good as it is, but goddamn, is it silly?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
might even start it tonight, depending. It's gonna be one of those things like where I started slime at like 2 a.m. and I'm like, what? I have to go to bed.
God, God damn it. All right. So moving on from there, we'll go ahead and jump into our catalog updates.
Okay, so oh boy, my cursor's on the wrong part of the screen. That's fun. Oh, okay, that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
I didn't
got
even
an easy
prep
week.
this week. I'm glad I didn't. So catalog updates. Funimation adds Obey Me on July 16th, and then Prince of Tennis 2, Hyote versus Rikai Game of Future dub on July 15th. Oh, So those both came out already.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the Bad Prince of Tennis movie that you watched?
No, the Princess Tennis movie that I was talking about is on Netflix, or is going to be on Netflix, I believe, and it's CGI, and it was terrifying, and I still have nightmares about it. No, this is apparently some, like, I guess, two teams fighting each other or something of that nature. I don't know.
Oh, that's cool. And then High was adding Laid Backers. What? I've never heard of this. I've heard of Get Backers.
Yeah, Laid Backers. Apparently some anime film.
Huh. Does it have anything to do with Get Backers?
No.
Unfortunate. Never mention I love Get Backers.
Do you honestly believe me, of all people, that I would not be hype out of my fucking mind? Do you think I would let you be the one to announce that?
That's very true.
God damn it! God, the amount of money I would spend to collect all those mangas. Anyway, and with that, we'll move on to new announcements. So Crunchyroll is adding in some new English dubs. No official dates in terms of when they're coming out just yet, so far as I could tell. Let me double check for an update just to be sure. No update because Crunchyroll, of course. But yeah, there will be dubs for Battle Game in 5 seconds. No, that's not how it actually says, right? Battle Game in 5 seconds. I thought it was something else. Or Battles within 5 seconds? Whatever. So, Battle Game in 5 seconds, sure. My Life as a Villainess, All Roads Lead to Doom X. So, the second season of My Life as a Villainess is getting the dub again. Very good. I'm standing on 1 Million Live. Season 2 is getting a dub as well. Because, yeah, that's still a thing. Whatever, sure.
Is it even good?
No! God, that series was terrible. I just didn't want to lose to it, so I watched the whole entire first season. But, God, that was just bad.
I wanted to check it out, but I never did.
It's not even like good bad. It's just bad. Like I legitimately finished it for the sake of like I didn't want to lose to it. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds horrid.
Yeah, like I'm a masochist finish. So I don't recommend. I'm being dead serious. I don't recommend it. Enjoy it if you want, or try it if you want, but I just wouldn't recommend it. I don't know if this is supposed to be a big thing or not. I put it in the doc as apparently like they made an article about it on ANN as if it is a big thing, but a series called Ishida and Asakura Anime is getting a DVD release with an English dub. So I don't know if that's like a classic series in nature. I couldn't really understand, but apparently it's finally getting released in the West with a dub, but on DVD, not even on Blu-ray. They went through the trouble of getting it on dub, but they didn't want to put it on a Blu-ray. They put it on. I mean,
DVD they might only have it in like SD format, and it's like, why would we print Blu-ray discs for something that's not even going to take advantage of it?
Hey, somebody
if it is old and it's like niche, it might not even have a Blu-ray remaster in Japan. I don't know. I don't know this series at all. That doesn't like ring any bells or anything for me.
Mm-hmm. Weeb game announcement. The Kaluga Effect 2 is launching on PS4, Switch in the West in October. No official date just yet, but that's happening. Also, next up.
Good. I was wondering about that. I had saw a TikTok post about it. That's that game that's supposed to look very like Studio Ghibli-ish, right?
No, not at all. This is if anything more of Persona type game.
Okay, then yeah. I was mistaken.
Yeah, I have the first game. I never played it because like it's gonna be a huge time sink. It's very much one of those like very JRPG-ish, like inside high school type games. So,
I would draw my hype.
Good choice. Save it. Next up, The Executioner and Her Way of Life has a 2022 debut. Nothing further than that. Let me see here. Gundam franchise has announced its first team-based first-person shooter game in 2022 internationally. So we're going to be getting this in the West too eventually at some point, it seems. But let me go and pull this up right now. I just want to go ahead and show it.
Gundam Overwatch.
Right? Yeah, Gundam Overwatch.
Yeah, Gundam Overwatch. I've heard about that one.
You see here, just for the sake of I absolutely understand the hesitation from a lot of people. Like, why is Gundam moving so quickly? It was like, well, they're doing this because if you want the actual slow-moving Gundams, They're out there. That game's out there. I play it pretty regularly. It's a fun game, but it's already there. So like also, so this I find this perfectly fine to exist. Like just this
Yeah.
fun FPS shooter. Like okay,
I'm
cool.
so fucking mad at the stupid drone. They could put the ball in. The ball is classic. But no, this fucking drone thing? The fuck is my ball? All I'm saying. That's all I have to say
The
about
ball
this
doesn't
game.
get
I'll play
respect. That's
Barbados.
true.
It doesn't. It
Balls.
doesn't. The ball rules. I don't even know what this drone is from. It's probably well loved, but it ain't the ball.
Give us our ball.
They didn't put Exia in either. They got Barbados. Barbados is fine, but
I mean, I'm sure Xe and all of
Balls.
them are going to be in there at some point.
yeah, I mean, you have to have. Well, I don't know. They're trying to keep it balanced. The Rick Dom's in there though. That's a tight pull.
Yeah,
I'm
no, definitely.
really mad that they were just like, we need a sniper, and they just again looked away from Gundam 00. They could have a cool sniper, but no, we're just gonna have the GN sniper.
I mean,
It's
is
fine.
it really a Gundam game if they don't just completely ignore the one-offs and just do more Universal Century stuff again?
Ball is UC.
You know,
I know, but like that's the
Fuck
one
me,
thing.
man.
Like, just give me the ball. I don't need anything else. I'm sorry. Go on, Migo.
So I shouldn't hold my breath for like a Blood Orphans expansion pack or anything.
They're Barbados.
Yeah, Barbados is in there.
Oh,
Like
okay, dope.
the Gundam from Iron Blood is in there. So yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's what I
cool.
mean. They have Barbados. They have the Sazabi. It's like, hold on, there's some wild ass mechs in here, and then you're gonna give me the GN sniper. Like, really? It's
I'm-
just a not Gundam that has a sniper rifle.
Basically.
Weird. Put the gun tank in. That might be fun.
Give me my def
That
sights.
would
Just
be
give me my
fun.
goddamn def sights. All right. Give me
Yeah.
heavy arms.
I want to see what this game is 5 years after it comes out. It's probably gonna be stupid.
If it
But
still
I'll love it.
exists.
Yeah, that's true.
Like Gundam has a weird thing of them not. They have the fucking gun tank in there for Christ's sake. God damn it.
Wait, the gun tank is in there?
Yeah, the gun tank's in there.
Oh, okay. There
So,
still might
like,
be hope.
I don't know. Like I'm excited. I want to play it, but I want to see more about this. I'm all about let Gundam be weird. I am all about letting Gundam be weird. Plain and simple. Gundam is at its best when it's weird.
It is.
All right. Next up is going to be, let me see here, Alternate World Pharmacy manga or light novel is getting a TV anime. So isekai, but it's a pharmacist. I'm kind of about it. Let me see
I'm
here.
fine with that.
Next up,
go
ahead.
Did y'all ever see Monster Doctor?
Actually, no, I never got back to watch it.
I didn't see it. No.
I would say go back and watch it, and it'd probably give you a good appreciation for what this this new one of the In Another World Pharmacy, whatever.
Yeah. One for Gallant and some other friends of ours. Netflix has announced the Monster Hunter Legends of the Guild CG film to premiere in August.
How I feel about that?
Most specifically, just people who want to know, this will be the story that is centered around Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah, or it like takes place in Monster Hunter 4, right? Something like that. Like the main character is in Monster Hunter 4.
I believe so, because it's the actual cast from Monster Hunter 4.
Okay. That'll be interesting then. Well, it's a misleading poster though, or like artwork because, So the Monster Hunter 4 I'm thinking about, the monster it centers around is for the G version. So we never got vanilla Monster Hunter 4 here in the West. So this might be a story I know nothing about really.
I'll be honest. I just let you go because I was like I'm useless here. I have nothing on there.
When they okay, so like when you get the kind of like how not how do I explain this? So the original Monster Hunter 4 came out. It had its own like flagship monster and its own story or whatever. We didn't get that version because we were in a weird cycle where we were only getting the versions that go all the way up to G rank with 3 levels. Remember how Monster Hunter World was low rank, high rank, and then they added Iceborne and added a 3rd tier.
Mm-hmm.
For the games before that, it was always they'd have the first game with the 2 tiers, and then they'd give you the third game, or I'm sorry, the game again with the third tier, and you could like import your character and whatever. For the West, for a long time, I think it was only with actually Monster Hunter 4. We got Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, which was the one with the 3 tiers. So we never got the vanilla one. And as far as I know, 4 Ultimate had like a completely different story because it had a completely different like monster they were centering things around. I don't know. I will have to go into this, and I'm gonna watch it. It's Monster Hunter. It's fine. It looks better than the movie.
I mean,
So
few things don't.
yeah.
Next up, Miracle-chan has a October debut set. Not an actual date yet, but yeah, and that's gonna be the horror comedy. Let me go ahead and just read it because it's honestly a good one. Like, no one has heard about it just yet. Just to give a quick
Oh,
synopsis.
I know which one this one is. Yeah.
One day, Miko suddenly started seeing grotesque beings that others couldn't. Her response was not to run, not to face them, but to do everything she can to completely ignore them. Can she keep a straight face and continue her day-to-day life while surrounded by horrifying monsters?
That sounds exciting.
Yeah.
I saw this series kind of got popular on Twitter. Like just because just you don't have to understand you really don't have to understand the language too much to see what's going on, but like there were a lot of posts of this going around for a while. I don't want to. I'm not sure how the manga started, but I think it was one of those that was originally like a Pixiv series.
Like a webcomic or
Yeah, sort of like a webcomic, and then it got picked up.
like
But
a One Punch?
sort of, yeah. But I don't know. I just know that I've seen it around, and it's been, you know, it is genuinely funny, and I'm excited to see it in an animated format.
God damn
It
it.
would be good to know what's actually going on other than her avoiding the monsters.
I can see that.
Yeah, because
Because
like you've got to have some kind of like subplot, like with her friends or whatever. So it'd be interesting to just maybe it's just a slice of life where there's monsters in the background.
yeah, I don't know. Like, we'll see. We'll see. I'm hoping it's way more hilarious than trying to be scary. They are marketing it as a comedy, so.
Oh, it is a comedy, 100%. The monsters are just really well drawn.
All right, then next up, Yen Press reveals audiobook voices for Sword Art Online, Overlord, and the Saga of Tanya and the Evil novels. So basically, it's the lead characters for all of them, from what I can understand. This is
Nice.
going to go ahead and be Bryce Pattenbrook will narrate the Sword Art
Of course he will.
Online. Christopher Guerrero will narrate Overlord. He is the voice of Ainz. And Monica Rial will narrate the Saga of Tanya. I'm assuming she plays Tanya.
I was gonna say, yeah, that just sounds like everybody's main dub actor doing the books, which is that's a good pull.
Mhm.
That's cool.
Right, I'm about it. So we'll see whatever happens. I'm not seeing an official date on here just yet. Let me see here. Yeah, no official dates just yet. They said they wanted to go ahead and do it this year, though, so keep an eye on that. If I get an official date, I'll let you know that. Let me see here. Apparently, there's going to be a Yen Press audio panel at the Virtual Crunchy Expo that is taking place between August 5th through the 7th, so maybe we get dates around then. But yeah, that's what's going on right now. Next up, this is the official announcement. Konosuba, God's blessing on this wonderful world, is getting a new anime project. They say anime project. They haven't officially said season, but normally when they go ahead and light it up as an anime project at a film, that does mean a full season. So it seems we're getting that officially, finally.
Nice.
Sweet.
Following up on that, High Dive will stream the third see-through version of Mother of the Goddesses Dormitory anime. So that will be. Let me see
See-through
here.
version?
Yeah, let me see here. Let me go and read this off real quick. This is from ANN. Yeah, High Dive will be streaming a censored version of the show as well as what High Dive calls the cultured version of the show, and we'll also have now the see-through version of the show. So enjoy yourselves, perverts.
Okay, as one pervert to the world, what?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I'll leave that to y'all to figure out.
I'm gonna have to go watch this just to see what the fuck.
High Dive. They know what they
Three
are.
versions? There's 3 versions. Isn't there always just censored and uncensored?
Oh, you're not pervert enough.
I guess not. I've been at the game too long.
All right, and then final announcement. We went was ready, but yeah, Beaststars has been greenlit for a new anime arc. No official word on anything else, but it is happening. Moving on to new dates. Sing a Bit of Harmony reveals an October 29th opening. That is the anime film that was co-produced by Funimation. So yeah, we should be seeing that October 29th. Let me see here. Second Princess Principal Crown Handler film has a September 23rd opening. That is still Japan. I'm going to double check right now to make sure. Yeah, we don't have a date for US just yet, but that is what you can go ahead and use as your reference for when it might be coming over.
HIDIVE did say that they were going to have all of those movies. Like they confirmed having all 6 movies, right? Just
yeah, they confirmed licensing. They confirmed licensing, but not distribution or release. So
I'll see it sometime.
Next up, Summer Ghost Shorts reveals a November 12th release. Let's see here. And then Pokemon Unite Team Battle has officially launched on Nintendo Switch as of today. So get out there and play your Pokemon MOBA. I have it downloaded, and I'm waiting to play. I'm sorry, man. I keep interrupting you.
No, you're good. I'm just saying it's fun. I'm playing it right now.
Poke MOBA.
Sounds fun.
And I am dominating because it is a simple MOBA with the aesthetically fun Pokemon.
I'm just looking to fuck somebody up as Pikachu. That's it.
Oh, and you will. Pikachu's got like some hard CC for some goddamn reason.
Ascot characters, ho! Yeah, next up, we don't normally cover manga news, but I mean, it's one of the big things that popped off this year, so of course we're going to go ahead and cover it. The Jujutsu Kaisen manga will resume on August 2nd after hiatus. So Jujutsu Kaisen people, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, I caught up on it in the manga a few weeks ago. And let me tell y'all, I'm not sure I'm okay with that, because that series is a lot, actually. That series goes places after what we saw.
Nice.
But yeah, that's coming back. So, big one on here. We had an official, like, full-on sub-trailer released, an announcement for Fina, Pirate Princess. That anime will be debuting on August 14th on Crunchyroll and Toonami.
Ooh, neat.
That was the one about the Pirate Princess and the samurai pirates that look a lot more like ninjas than anything. But hey, who's complaining? It looks sick. Definitely go check that out and enjoy yourselves. A little bit of required reading this week. A small update from last week. Once again from ANN Crystal Hodgins. Kickstarter suspends Anime Tube crowdfunding campaign. This has been an update, which I'm sure has continued to be updated. But the Kickstarter, we talked about last week, where people were claiming that if you go ahead and back their project, they will provide free anime for all, was officially suspended, and just, it's more buffoonery. Like, this entire thing is just such a joke, in all honesty. So,
it sounded like it, yeah.
If you want to keep laughing at these fools, go ahead and get you some reading done. And with that, folks, we're actually done for the night. I'm going to be honest, we did a very long pre-show. I'm not sure how long we went today, but I felt good. It was fun to just go ahead and talk about what we've been watching. And I will be coming back next week with like 1,000 shows I finished, because in the time I was obsessed with beating my first expansion of Final Fantasy XIV, a lot of shows finished, so I may not be stoppable this weekend.
Hell yeah. Well, I will at least, like I said, try and make time to watch something, because, I've been extremely bad at that recently. I was so good at it for so long.
It happens.
Ups and downs.
So good news, I'm actually like topping in each of my fights as the top scorer with my boy Machamp.
I knew, I was waiting for it. I was waiting for who it was going to be.
Machamp, baby. It's always been Machamp. That's my boy.
Alright, folks. We will catch you next week. Thanks for stopping by, and have a good one.
The piece and chicken grease. Also, cook that chicken to 165.
Always.
And season it!
Yes. Marinate it.
Salt, pepper, a little rosemary. Get spicy with it.
Bye.